Thanks for joining us tonight. The man accused of crashing into a cruise boat on the Fox River near Oshkosh about 2 years ago was found guilty of nearly all of the charges late this afternoon.
And the jury deliberating about 7 hours today. 53-year-old Jason Lindeman convicted on more than a dozen counts, including the most serious charge of second-degree recklessly endangering safety.
Jason Zimmerman has been covering the trial all week. He's live outside the Winnebago County Courthouse with the latest details.
Bill Lindeman was convicted on all but one of the counts he was charged with and showed no emotion as that verdict was read, simply looking straight ahead towards the judge. Now, the jury was also asking several questions this afternoon, wanting to know the definition of injuries and also asking to review some of the medical records for some of the passengers that were claiming to be injured on board that ship boat that was struck. Now, the trial lasting 7 days went to the jury last night. Prosecutors allege Lindeman was intoxicated at the time he got behind the wheel of his power boat and struck the paddle boat with 44 people on board back in July of 2022. They also submitted video to the jury of Lindeman stumbling around the bar he owns, Dockside Tavern, prior to getting behind the wheel. Witnesses also testified he spent the day at Stretch's Sandbar in Lake Winnebago, and some believe that they saw Lindeman drinking alcohol. Passengers on board Lindeman's boat also took the witness stand, but several told the jury that they were too drunk the day of the crash and can't remember much of anything. Now, this includes conversations that led to Lindeman deciding to spend the night on his boat out on the water, leaving the scene. The defense also telling the jury this was simply an accident. Obviously, by the verdict, the jury did not agree. Lindeman will face sentencing on August 22nd. No one afterwards wanted to comment, from the victims to the prosecution or the defense. Reporting live in Oshkosh, Jason Zimmerman, Action 2 News.